Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. This is Melissa with Enchanted Emerald, and I'm bringing you a reading today for Saturday, August 2nd, 2025. Today we are working with the Work Your Light deck, and this is a very pretty card coming up for us today, the Awakening card. It has a lot of magical energy feeling to it, right? You can see this person kind of floating on air, and that's what you could be feeling like as you come out of this energy that you're currently in, really embracing this air of unlimited possibilities, right? So going from like a very limited space to unlimited possibilities and really embracing what's coming in for you. So it says an energetic upgrade, a new way of being, and integration. So fully incorporating that on the other side of this energy. So for me, when I feel into this card, I feel a very expansive energy, right? And I get this air that you'll be rising to the occasion. And that's only fitting looking at this card, as this person is kind of like being raised or levitated into the air. And so you could be in a place right now where it feels like there's a lot of indecision for you. And it's important here to kind of feel into things and really use your intuition and tap into your body and your own inner knowing of what you think is right for you. And just be mindful that if it isn't 100% like, yes, I'm super excited and I can't wait to start it, then it's probably a no. Because if there's even just an inkling of a no, then that's probably something that's not necessarily for your highest and best. And so looking at this picture, like you could be reminiscing about things from the past. You could be working with trying to level up, trying to move into new energy, trying something different, right? And I get the sense that there's like this snapshot or a photo picture of you, and it kind of captures you at a certain moment in time, and it really captures you at your essence. And so as you start to look at moving forward in embracing new energy, doing something new, and changing things up for yourself, it's important to be mindful that, yeah, even though there's going to be change that comes in with this, and change isn't always like the most comfortable thing, right? There's a way to incorporate who you are at your core in everything that you do. And that can be very much reflected in your external circumstances. And so it's about not compromising yourself and, feeling as though you're following your intuition, because you ultimately are the person that knows what is best for you. Nobody can tell you how to do those things. And so it's important, though, too, that we all signed up for lessons, to remember that we all signed up for lessons as we come into this life. And so it's about leaning into what feels good for you and what you feel is right for you. And also knowing that you deserve this. You deserve this fresh start. You deserve a life of abundance and moving into some different energy here for you. I feel like it's almost like everything is done by design, right? We have a life that we are born into, and then there is a life that is like we are following our calling and we're living in our purpose, right? So this life that you were born into, I feel it's like almost as if you're at capacity. You've learned everything that you need to learn from that, and you're at a certain threshold now where it's going to, the energy, the universe, right there, it's all going to ask you to rise up. And in doing that, you have to respond differently. You have to be able to move differently, think differently, right? It's going to really ask you to challenge yourself in terms of getting across that threshold to really start to be able to incorporate these new energies in this new you, right? Now, I feel like because of everything that's happening around you and things no longer resonating for you, like it just doesn't feel right anymore, you have no choice, I feel, other than to just reinvent yourself. That's really what I'm feeling with this, right? So with that, I see a pinwheel. I'm not sure if you know exactly what I'm talking about when I say pinwheel, but it's this little decoration that you like put in your yard, and like little kids like to play with them, and it goes in this big circle with the wind, and they're very pretty, right? But it's representative of like a life of chaos, things that are going on around you, like a wind of change coming in, right? So it's about being able to channel the energy of these winds of change into something fruitful. And so, much like a windmill, when the wind comes through the windmill, it turns into energy, right? So just being open to the flow of that wind, it can create this energy and momentum going forward to really propel you onto this path, which is a great energy. So yes, the world can be spinning around you, but it's almost as if despite all of that, you can become a force for change. And I feel that you're feeling compelled to be that force for change too, because it's almost as if you have this feeling that you just can't shake, and it just keeps coming back no matter what you're doing. And it's this feeling of like this sense of, well, I'm not exactly sure, but like I don't think I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I feel like there's got to be something more. And so really opening yourself up into this energy as it shows up for you is a way to make the most of it. But the key is to be able to kind of move past that mind or ego, right? Where we kind of think that we know what's best for us. It might have been ingrained in us as we grew up, right? We all know what the impression is from society, that we should do certain things and be a certain person as we grow up. But it's really about letting go of some of that stuff and really opening yourself up to just whatever is coming in for me, I'm embracing it, and just being open, keeping an open heart and an open mind for that. So it might be something that you really have a lot of trouble articulating. Maybe you're having conversations with your closest support people, your family, and you're trying to explain to them exactly what this feeling is, and you're really not sure where to go or why you have this feeling, right? It's almost like, I don't know what I'm experiencing, but I just know that this isn't for me, and I don't know what is for me. But it's a process of growth into this version of yourself that you've never been yet here in this life. And so of course it can look a little scary, but it's going to really open you up to some really amazing perspectives, amazing experiences, maybe amazing people coming in for you. I just think that it's a great thing. So you could be in a space where that indecision that's kind of coming in, it's like, yes, I know this no longer resonates, but it's what I know and it's working, right? So like, you could rationalize staying in that current situation and not changing things, right? You're kind of like grasping at straws of like, well, this is why I should stay, or this is why I should, continue doing that, right? But there's no use denying that this situation is really coming to an end for you, honestly. And it's maybe even like a certain event could happen, something surrounding that situation or circumstance, and it's going to propel you to make that decision when it's time, and it will start to set you off on this path of awakening. So it's a beautiful energy, even though it doesn't necessarily feel the most comfortable. But no matter what outcome, or no matter what action you take with this situation, you're really going to have the same outcome, right? So it's important to approach this with a different mindset, right? I think that we can get into a space where it's almost like a scarcity mindset, where you're feeling like you're not having enough. But the sense that comes in with that, with this card for me, for you guys, is actually you are the person that's holding yourself back, and you're doing this because you feel that you aren't enough specifically, right? But in reality, you're more than enough, right? And I get that lyric, free your mind and the rest will follow, right? So you got to be able to move past these limitations that you've set for yourself, or that you believe for yourself, because as you mature, you're growing beyond that situation, and the only way to cross that threshold and really get into a space where you're feeling a little bit more comfortable, or feeling more fulfilled, right? Maybe living in service to others. It's going to be a space where you have this continual renewal of peace and deeper understanding as you go through those lessons, right? And what that does is it nourishes us at a soul level. I feel it in the heart chakra very deeply here for us. And so know that you are unique, right? So as you've outgrown certain situations and you're welcoming in new situations, you're a unique person on a soul level, right? So like you have this unique viewpoint or perspective or service, right? Or a gift or talent to offer the world. And only you are the person that can do that. So everybody has their own little divine mission, so to speak. And so you understand, listen, I'm not the same person that I used to be, but I am willing to take that leap of faith, take that step forward, knowing that I could really level up with this. And so this is where we get that rise up, right? Like allowing yourself to be open enough to work with the energies of the universe and let God work through you, right? And so that's what's really going to take you to the next level. So for you, I feel like this could be like a space where you're feeling like, man, if I move forward and really try to go for this, you could be feeling like you're jumping ship, so to speak, right? But when you jump off of a ship, what do? You dive into the ocean, and so you're going head first. You are diving in head first. And so this ocean is this vast energy of soul consciousness, and there's so many things here for you to nourish you, to teach you, to guide you. It's all there for you, right? And so even though there are certain situations that are no longer for you, there will be different situations that are going to be perfect for you. Okay, so this is really diving in headfirst into the ocean, is this deep soul searching that you're doing to find, why am I feeling this way? Why am I getting this feeling like, gosh, there's got to be something more. I need to move forward, and I don't know exactly where to start, but I just need to do something. And so as you do that, what happens is you start to harness this power of this divine truth, right? So knowing at your core, your divine truth is that you're worthy of greatness. You're worthy of living a life of purpose, right? And knowing that this is probably all completely the divine plan. It's been set up for you by God as you enter into this world. And so you're going to move forward then into a space of unshakable faith, which is a beautiful place for us to be, right? So as you start taking that step forward, taking that leap of faith, not knowing exactly what you're supposed to be doing and how you're supposed to be doing it, but just taking a step, any direction, and starting to find yourself on that path and know what's for you, you'll know actually beyond a shadow of a doubt that this is what you're meant to do. So you're going to feel it, and you're going to know when it's happening for you, right? You're going to feel it at your core. And that's what we call alignment, right? Things will start to line up for you. It will start to work for you, right? It'll be a lot less work feeling. You won't feel like you have to work so hard for it. And it definitely won't look like what society has kind of impressed upon us, right? It's going to look different because you're going to be stepping into your divine purpose. So it's happening whether you like it or not. The best thing to do is to just try to go with the flow, not introduce any resistance, trying to worry about how things are going to happen for you, and how it's going to come in, when it's going to come in. All of those things, kind of surrender some of those details, because it will turn out. It will turn out. If you're feeling called to do it, it is on purpose, and you are fully supported in that. So sure, change, like it will be some level of upheaval in your life as you're creating this new life for yourself. You're completely reinventing yourself. It doesn't happen overnight, right? So we have to be patient with ourselves through this process as well. But in the end, you might find where You are in divine favor, right? You're finding that the blessings are starting to roll in for you, and they'll start really little too, right? They won't be like a huge amount of abundance. In abundance, we talk, that could be monetarily, it could be joy, it could be, all of these things that make life worth living, essentially, so to speak. So, but as you grow more and more in your faith, these blessings will start to look bigger and be bigger, and you'll be more and more grateful. So the best thing that you can do is to raise your vibration by really expressing that gratitude for that, right? So you could also be seeing throughout this time signs from the universe. So you could see the angel number 1111. It's just letting you know, listen, you're on the right path. And it kind of confirms whatever you're thinking in that moment too. So be mindful when you do see that, what was it that you were thinking about, right? Because it's almost like a confirmation from the universe, like, hey, you're on the right path and we're supporting you and you're growing. And so I get this, like, it's like a phrase, like, you're a fine specimen of a human. And so you become stronger as you grow in all facets of your life, right? Like, you're growing physically, you're growing emotionally, you're growing mentally, right? Like, you're growing into this newer version of you, right? So it's a birth, so to speak. And so know that this is like an individualized process, right? So this journey isn't going to look the same for you as it would for somebody else. And so trying to be open and mindful of that as you share in that journey, as you call in those people that are part of your tribe, right, to support you on this path. But overall, it will be a healthier version of you, right? So whatever healthier version of you looks like to you, there could be some of you that decide that they want to try to eat a little bit healthier. There will be others that decide that they want to try to implement boundaries with others to protect their energy, right? And maybe you're feeling called to spend less time doing certain activities that take away your focus, and specifically being gossip, right? Because it can kind of lower our vibration when we do those things. And so maybe spending more time outdoors. Like, these are some different changes that can start to work into your everyday life. But overall, this could be a time too to start to journal, particularly about your dreams. That will help you to start to develop some of that intuitive piece of yourself, right? So you get up in the morning, you wake up, the first thing you do would be to grab your journal and write down all of these things that you remember from your dream state. And don't judge it, right? Like, just write whatever you can remember, and whether it's a color, whether it's a feeling, whether it's a person, right? And really start to like sit with that and try to decipher what that means to you and why you think that was being communicated. Are you processing emotions, and what does the color mean to you, right? Working through some of that is going to help you to tap into that more intuitive side of yourself. And so it will help you to really like breathe life into the vision that you have for yourself as you grow into this new person. And so it's about keeping like an open mind, an open heart, and allowing yourself to do the work, spiritually speaking, and really create a space for miracles to show up for you in the end. So that's a great energy. I do so hope that this resonates for you. As always, if it does, please don't hesitate to let me know in the comments below how it's working out for you. I'd love to hear from you. And if you feel inclined to share this, if you know somebody that could also benefit from hearing this message, I would appreciate that as well. And as always, I will be back with another read for you guys again soon. Thank you so much. Take care.